Hello, my soul tribe. Thank you so much for joining this quick chat with me. First of all, happy full moon in Scorpio. If you are in Hong Kong or somewhere near East Asia, you will be able to witness this beautiful full moon in Scorpio around nighttime, close to midnight. And of course, if you're in Europe or in the States, the time will be a little bit different. It's going to happen around, on the second day, around Tuesday in the early morning. But either way, we're seeing this very magical full moon in Scorpio occurring in the sky. And as you know, full moon is always a beautiful symbol of release, completion, and enlightenment and understanding. It shines like a mirror in the sky, right? So whenever we have a full moon in the sky, we're feeling the need to reflect on our past behavior, our past patterns. It's a little bit like we have a mirror, right? And saying that, okay, what do you see in you? And what would you like to correct? And what would you like to replicate? And what is also interesting about this full moon is actually a lot of astrologers have talked about this, including one of my, good friends, Mr. Gao Sasong also talked about it in his video. He said, the Buddha was born actually on full moon in Scorpio, and you can find this related myth online everywhere if you search what Buddha's birthday is about. And actually, in Hong Kong, we do celebrate Buddha's birthday as a public holiday, and people get a day off. So it's quite interesting, right? Now, the fact that Buddha was actually born on full moon in Scorpio shows that this full moon in Scorpio has a lot to do with our wisdom, our enlightenment. And if you read the story about the Buddha, how he transformed from a rich prince into someone who would go through the suffering, who was searching for the so-called enlightenment as a commoner was amazing, right? The story was just fascinating and quite popular in the ancient mythology as well. And that's why a lot of people say that enlightenment has a lot to do with transformation, right? Something dead become dead and something will become alive at the same time. And I want to add a little bit more onto this myth because what is interesting is that this year is the year of snake, as all of you guys know, and the month of May, or specifically based on Chinese astrological calendar, May the 5th until June the 4th. This 30 days, okay, or 31 days roughly, is also called the month of snake. Okay, so every year when we enter the beginning of May, we also enter the month of snake. So a lot of you guys can experience this double, right, snake energy right now. We're in the year of the snake and we're also in the month of snake. And a lot of people say that snake is actually a form of Scorpio because Scorpio has different layers, right? It has a lowest layer actually as a scorpion. And then we go to the snake form, which is about transformation. And then we go to the highest form of of Scorpio energy, which is a phoenix. A lot of astrologers have also, talked about this and written about this in their books. And so it's kind of interesting that we are celebrating the full moon in Scorpio in the months of the snake and in the months of the year for this year. And it just highlights this need for us to reflect on our past. And at the same time, is asking you, what must transform at this moment and what must be ended and what must change. Sometimes we're all facing a lot of different options in front of us. We're thinking, should I do this? Should I still hold on to that? And things like that. And I 100% understand how difficult it is to make transformation, make change, because generally speaking, the so-called transformation requires certain sacrifices. And that sacrifice specifically is about how we can shed the old skin, how we can end something that we have been so attached to so that we can reinvent, right? So that we can move forward with refreshed energy, with renewed faith. Now, I'm going to pull a major arcana from tarot deck, and also I'm going to pull one card from Oracle of the Mystic Heroes. And let's see what's a collective advice and energy for this full moon in Scorpio, for all of you guys who has the time and also until now, right? If you are still watching this video, okay, this is something for you. Thank you, universe. Right, just one card for our full moon in Scorpio watchers. And the card we have got, wow, beautiful. We've got the sun. This card tells you that to welcome some type of happiness, to welcome some type of, again, enlightenment, because the sun sheds light on things. This is definitely telling you that something very, very amazing and will surprise you, very joyful will finally come your way. All right. I have to tell you, this is very funny because I haven't pulled this card in the collector reading for a long time, and here we are. And remember, we just talked about transformation. The sun is telling you that this transformation is going to lead to a beautiful future in front of you. All right, so look forward to this. Now, in terms of what you can do, this card also has a lot to do with the waking up your inner child, right? Rebuild your faith, right? And rebuild your positive beliefs about your future. Now, let's pull one card from Oracle of the Mythic Heroes, okay? Let's get some extra advice, right, about what we need to do during this period of time, right, for our full moon Scorpio, right? Thank you, universe. Just one card. And we got Numa Humor, very interesting card, right? Now, what you can see on the card is Zeus having a very humorous conversation with one of the Roman kings, Roman emperors, and his name was Numa. This card basically is talking about sometimes when we are facing a lot of the challenges and difficulties, it's important that we know how to laugh. It's important that we know how not to take everything so seriously in our own mind. Sometimes we just need a little bit light attitude or light humor, right, in our way of thinking. And we know that whatever happens, don't worry, right? It's just a lesson, it's just a test. And we can laugh at our mistakes and we can forgive ourselves. And we can also forgive whatever things that we are regretting, or we feel that I wish we could, go back in time and redo this again. Why did I do that, right? Any type of guilt, any type of or maybe even resentment, right? Or the things that you cannot forgive. This humor card tells you that laugh about it, laugh about our past mistakes, and so that we can finally transform. All right. Very beautiful. Now, the second thing I want to talk about with you guys is that this week, more towards the after Thursday, right, until Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, we're going to see a beautiful trine between Venus and Mars. Venus and Mars were both retrograding, okay, in the first half of the year, around January, February, March, right? It was just a lot of delays and difficulties. What is actually happening finally is that from Thursday, not only are Venus and Mars going to, applying to a beautiful and perfect trine, but also Venus will leave its shadow actually on Friday. Venus was reaching, around 10 degrees in Aries back in, I think, January, right before its retrograde. And finally, Venus is going to go beyond, right, 10 degrees in Aries. And so things related to love and relationship, romance, the perfect balance between the yin and the yang, the divine masculine and feminine are finally going to come to us. And so this week, if you have specific, let's say after Wednesday, or starting from Thursday, Friday, Saturday, do some rituals, right? Specifically, if you're praying something for love, right, for romance, sexuality, right? Anything to do with your passion, creativity, the universe will give you the blessings, right? So for this, let's also pull a card and let's see what's a blessing coming from, coming to help you, all right, for this Venus and Mars trine, all right? So what card are we gonna use? I think we're gonna use, yeah, we're gonna still use pull one major arcana from here, okay? Thank you so much, universe. Let's get one major arcana for our all the watchers. And we have got the Empress. This card literally is about love. The Empress card has a lot to do with Venus energy, okay? And we just talked about Venus finally leaving its shadow, its retrograde, all right? Beautiful. This Empress card is about love. It's about self-love. It's about bringing love to the situation. Be gentle with yourself and enjoy the luxury. And also you can see this Empress card has a lot to do with abundance, prosperity, the fecundity, right? This energy there. And so apart from self-love, for a lot of you guys, if you're watching this video and you're trying to be pregnant, it's very, very possible that you will have a baby this year. Okay. The sun together with the Empress is very much talking about even as human beings, we're being very fertile. Okay, physically speaking, so that's also very good. If you're not a mother, you're not thinking about being a mother, the Sun plus Empress entity sitting together is very much talking about you welcoming this beautiful time of abundance, right? It's almost like finally you realize that life does not have to be hard like this all the time. Okay, now let's get one card from Oracle of the Mythic Heroes. Thank you, universe, right? Let's just get one advice for our collective. Thank you, universe. Ooh, let me just grab that card. Something jumped out. Okay. Eh. Oh, dear God. Okay, we got Hercules, we got strength. Just for you guys' information, this card has a lot to deal with Leo energy. Okay, so now Empress is Venus, and we got strength in Leo. So Venus in Leo, very interesting. So this is definitely Venus will move into Leo within this year. I would say probably this would be around summer and autumn time. Okay, Leo energy with its Hercules has a lot to deal with the challenging journey that you have had so far. And a lot of you guys watching this video, I know that life has not been too easy for you, right? You have been fighting, you have been even putting up with things that are unfair to you. You have been trying to even, fighting your own inner demon, right? The things that you wish that you could change, that you wish you could, do better. But sometimes, you are going through all these kind of challenges and difficulties. And I just want to say that I'm so proud of you guys. All right. Now, the other thing about this is because we mentioned romance and love, Empress energy is about welcoming your heart, opening your heart and welcome love in, right? And know that you deserve to be loved. And the Hercules card tells you to, again, open your heart. This is about courage. Because this card, like what I said, is related to Leo, and Leo is to deal with your heart chakra. Now we have Venus, we have the heart, right? I do feel that this year, a lot of you guys who are single, you're going to meet someone, okay? You're going to have this, probably you already feel this energy, okay? There's some kind of intuitive feeling is coming to you about, am I interested in this person, right? Or are they interested in me? Should I open some kind of conversation with them, etc., etc. Now, because on top we got the sun and the humor card, this is also telling you that when you're starting this either pursuit or relationship, start light, right? And try to just bring joy and happiness to each other's life instead of being a little bit too intense, right, from the very beginning. All right. Very, very beautiful energy. Thank you so much, my beautiful soul tribe. Thank you so much always for your support and for all of you guys who are watching my videos. And I wish you guys a beautiful full moon in Scorpio and enjoy this Venus and Mars reunion in the sky. And I'll see you soon in the next video. Bye.